Hello again, and welcome back. Today is Thursday. I'm just checking my calendar here just to make sure I'm right. Today is June the 16th, Thursday, and I took a peek at the astrological things that are going on in the cosmos today, and just thought I'd give you a little snippet. Gemini Sun is trining Saturn, I guess some point during the night, in Aquarius, and this is going to improve our relationship with authority. So, Angel, now's the time to ask for the ability to hire and fire, okay? Or at least do write-ups, because I guess this is causing authority to look at employees in a way that they recognize that these employees are living up to their duties and their the things that they're supposed to be doing for their job, and we become increasingly aware of the wisdom that we've acquired. So we value certain learning experiences, and we can step deeper into our role as a guide for others. That's pretty cool. Another thing is the moon is trining Venus sometime this morning, and it will inspire creative thinking. The Capricorn moon loves strategy, and so we need to put our resources to use in smart ways to earn financial payoff in return. Now, all choices are an investment, whether it's monetary, emotional, or interpersonal. We have to consider all choices an investment. It's an investment of time. It's an investment of resources. And what we put into the universe comes back. We have to remember that. And at least for me and Aquarius, this is going to trigger some passion projects that I want to work on. Okay, I just saw one upside down in here. Did I not? There you are. Okay, I'm going to quit farting around and do the reading. Okay, general reading for today. Thursday, Friday Eve, June 16th, 2022. General readings. What do we need to know about today as a whole? Collective consciousness for people who are passing through, looking deliberately, or just popping in at a later date, and it might resonate with them. Oh, we have a jumper. We haven't had a jumper with these for a while. Okay, can I have another, please? May I have another, please? Another. I want at least two, but I'll take three. Another for today. Okay, I'm going to take that one because it's sticking up. Okay, and of course we get the tower. Yeah, no. Okay, wait. And I'm going to push that back. That deep in cup number one. And I know some of y'all ain't okay with the weather, and I am so sorry, but I am enjoying the shit out of this warm weather. I love me some beach weather, and like I said, I apologize, but you know what? When fall and winter hit, you'll have your moment. In the meantime, run to the store and get you one of those cooling cloths that you wet down and put around your neck. That really helps. Okay, let's build the story around this High Priestess and the Tower. Okay, Okay, right off the bat, this isn't feeling like a bad thing. I know the Tower can be scary, and it can be a lot to challenge. We have Tower moments. Sometimes we are warned about Tower moments. Sometimes we want to create them ourselves because we need change. And if we are being warned about a Tower moment, we might as well give in to it and embrace that booger, because the universe will lay it on us if we don't choose to deal with it. So I got a lot of positive response on the mining buckets. That was kind of cool. I'll be working on those this weekend. Okay, what else do we need to know? And that's too many. What else do we need to know to build this story? Ooh, got some scattered energy going on. Okay, I guess for the first time, we did not get doubles. First time in a while, right? Okay. Sorry to swallow so hard, if you heard that. We have, as said, in the middle, the High Priestess and the Tower. We also have, we also have 3 8s. God, my head is itching. We have 8 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and we have the Strength card, which is an 8. We have 2 10s down here, the 10 of Coins and the 10 of Cups. The Devil right now feels like self-sabotage, okay? Just kicking that out. And I find it interesting, the placement of these. An 8 and 8, a 10 and a 10. Feels like a progression. And then we have an 8. Excuse me, the light. That's a 7. Excuse me. An 8 and an 8 here. Okay, let's jump into this. This almost feels like you are, and this might just be for a few people, a select few people. And sometimes I feel like when I'm doing readings, a person's name or a couple people's names will pop in my head, or I'll see their faces. And it almost feels like they are pulling on me to do the reading. And I think that's part of the collective consciousness, where you tap into that stream that hits all people, and you do you create a draw almost. So that's kind of cool to me. I don't really understand that. I'll have to research that more, but that's what it feels like. Just saying. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Hermit. And right now, he feels all about learning. I know that the Hierophant is the education or the basic beliefs on education card, But right now, the Hermit feels like not only going inside, but learning something else, looking for something else. We are quite tired of how things have been going because it's moving very slowly, and yearning for something more stable, something better. It feels like someone has been dealing with a sneaky Pete. We've got this Seven of Swords card here, and he does look like he's making off with something that's not his and looking back to make sure that he's not going to get caught. And I think this person is, tired of their finances. Aren't we all at right now? It seems like I've seen so many people that have posted on Facebook or either told me about it, privately, that they have had things happen consecutively that have nipped away at their finances. And aren't we all sick of that stuff? I know I went to the store Monday. I went to Sam's just so I could get more bulk items. And I'm limited there because of the space that I have to put things in the freezer. That's going to change soon because I'm going to get a freaking box chest freezer so I can stockpile some stuff. Because, dang, groceries get effing expensive. But aren't we all tired of having our finances nipped at? And it's almost like the phases of the locust mentioned in scripture, they all devour, but they all devour at different levels. Research this. The cankerworm and the palmer worm, they devour our resources. And it's petty little things like maybe the air conditioning going out, the hot water tank, busting. With the storms, a leak in the roof, finding out that you're going to have to be replacing a roof in a couple years, if not sooner. The power going out is just a pain in the butt right now, with it being having a heat index daily of 100. And what I usually do in that is open windows during the morning hours when it's cooler. I mean, some mornings you can't when it's warmer, but early in the morning you can open those windows, let the cooler air in, then shut them and work with that. Shut curtains where you can to block out the sun. I mean, you do what you can, little things. But anyway, being tired and thinking of a way to switch things up and change stuff, change our way of doing things, so that we can keep more money in our pockets and keep it for what we need it for and for what we want it for. Yesterday we had that whole conversation of, spend some, keep some, give some away. Well, we need to be able to keep some too, to for that rainy day when things break. And we also need to be frugal about our spending while we have it. Save for that rainy day. Save for that thing that you want to just splurge on. Don't spend it all first. If you living paycheck to paycheck isn't smart. Sometimes it's necessary, but there's always extra things we can do to make extra money. We just have to get creative. Okay. This tower moment feels like it's coming quickly. It also feels like it's going to lead to something that's going to be, emotionally satisfying. This is a contemplation of sorts, figuring it out, tired of the thief and wanting to be able to retain more for ourselves. Up here we have the King of Wands, the Strength card, and the Devil. And this really does feel like a self-sabotaging thing. And it's a perpetual cycle that we get ourselves into when we spend too much on what we want, when we have it. And there's a time for having the attitude, it's only money, they print more every day, okay? Like in Willy Wonka, Charlie Bucket's Grandpa George. But there's a time for putting it away and saving it up for something that you want to reward yourself with later, or when something breaks down, because very often we spend too much during the month and then we get caught with our pants down when something comes in and steals it. That's all part of adulting. Nobody wants to be an adult, okay? We all want to have the carefree kid life, but we have to adult so we can enjoy some carefree moments. Okay, the King of Wands feels like very stable, very passionate energy. It feels like it's on very solid ground. And this is something you're passionate about, getting on the right track so that the sneak thief, the palmer worm, the canker worm, the locust don't eat up resources, and getting in a place where you have that little stash, and get some good advice, get some financial advice, look that up, and research budgeting, and talk to someone who seems to have a good, stable financial base. Now, chances are this is going to be an older person, and chances are they're going to have had a decent job their whole life, and one that they have, gained from monetarily, but also they've been very frugal with their monies, and they've put that away. They've worked hard for it. A lot of younger people look at older people and with some resentment, and because we have been at it for a few years. And I would encourage people, if they want to look to older people who have nice things, don't look at them with envy. Look at them for encouragement. Look at them as an inspiration of what can happen. And it's going to take some wisdom, okay? It's going to take some wisdom to look this challenge in the mouth and be able to handle it correctly. Don't self-sabotage. Don't fall into old habits of getting what I want when I want it because I want it now. We got to lay Veruca Salt aside and be a little more tactful and planning than that. Be cunning. Get a plan and stick to it. Get a plan and stick to it. I want to know what's under there. Ace of Wands. It can lead to a new beginning for sure. Okay, let's do that. And we have the Chariot, which can be very fast-moving energy. It can also be energy that needs to be reined in and controlled, but it can also lead to a much better life. Once you start on this, it's going to move quickly. And come up with a plan. Write it down. Write it down and revisit it. And then write down how you're doing. Journal that stuff so that you can encourage yourself later when things get tight again. Do ramen noodles every day if you have to. No, it isn't appealing, but if eating out is killing your budget, then stop eating out. Food is freaking expensive. I always thought DoorDash was a phenomenal idea until I finally used it one day, and one meal from Wendy's turned into a $20 thing. Okay, that's stupidity, all right? I'll just be plain with you. You got that kind of money to fork out for one meal, one hamburger, fries, and a drink? You've got too much money. Now, that's hardcore right there, I know. But come on, let's be real about this. Money is a tool. That's all it is. It's a tool. And if you have too much of it, and you can just toss it away and wipe your ass on it like that, then you go for it. See how quickly you are devastated financially, and you will ever be ready to walk away. You'll always be wanting more and more and more instead of creating more and more and more. Hardcore talk, but you know what? Somebody needed to hear that. If you're spending too much money on things like that are not necessary, and I'm going to name a few things and step on some toes here. How about some Red Bull? How about some vaping cartridges. You don't need that to live. How about some weed? Yes, we might need it to calm ourselves down. Yes, we might need it for pain control. Yes, we might need it to sleep. But how about like a couple of hits instead of a whole thing? How about some cigarettes? You don't need that to live. That's not healthy for you. Okay, let's just get real with this shit right now. If you have too many animals and you can't afford to feed them little buggers, you need to rehome a few of them. Hardcore, yes. But if they're killing you financially, come on, you have to live too. Yes, we love them. Find them a good home. Rehome them, poor things, because you're not doing them any favors by letting them devastate you financially. If you can't afford to feed them, don't have them. Children are different. Children are different. Teach them babies some economic lessons. Instead of saying yes all the time, give them $5 and take them to the Dollar Tree. Buy what you can afford. This is a lesson in economy. Teach them babies. Raise them up and teach them a few things. And not just to want, and not take care of a budget. All right, enough preaching. Let's do one more. Hierophant, there you go. Go back to school if you can. Go back to school if you can. Learn a trade. Be able to cash in on that. Yes, it's hard as you're doing it. You're going through it, but you're working towards something. And don't give up. Don't give up. All right, enough of that. Blessed be. Have a good day. Enjoy the journey.